If you're a language teacher and you're teaching small groups or even one-to-one classes and you're looking to really distinguish yourself from the competition by offering something a little bit different, which will also allow you to charge more money, then the product that I'm going to show you today, the language learning platform that I'm going to show you today, is a complete game changer. I've helped many language teachers to set up their businesses, to run their YouTube channels and to organise group classes where they can make more money. And this platform that I advise them to use really helps them a lot. It's a platform built by language teachers for language teachers, and it means that all of the language learning activities that you do, both in the classroom or online and for homework, can be enhanced. You can add a lot more variety to your lessons. It's a very simple product to use, and the important thing is the students don't need to sign in or do anything. Only the teacher needs to sign into the platform and can set all different types of homework and activities for the students to do. In this video, I'm going to take you through the product. I'm going to show you some of the best features, particularly the speaking feature, which I really like. And you'll see how this could transform your lessons. And in doing so, it will allow you to offer a better quality product that obviously you can charge more money for. I really hope you like the video, and if you do, please like it, please share it, please comment on it, and of course join me on my YouTube channel. Let's get started. Now, the platform I'm talking about is called Zengengo. Students do not need to sign in. Teachers sign in, they create an account, and then they set up activities, and they simply share the link, or they can use a QR code. The students do the activities, and all the information comes back to the teacher. The teacher can give feedback, and we can use it to set up a whole range of different activities. Let's have a quick look. Now, you can run Zengengo completely free for 1 month, and that will be that you create an account, and your students don't need to create an account. They just simply receive your links and they click on them and do the activities, or that you can use a QR code. If after 1 month you decide you want to continue it, the price on a monthly basis is $10, but that's for up to, I think, 500 students. So it's actually quite generous, and hopefully, of course, you'll be able to charge more. So you're really only going to be paying $10. Now, the other good piece of news is I've got a link. I'll put it in the description, but I'm also putting it on the screen now, that will allow you, if you sign up, to get a 10% discount forever. So if you use the system for a year or for 2 years, every single week or every single month or every single year, you will get that 10% discount. So I'm going to sign in, and I'll see you on the other side. Now, you can have actually hundreds of students working, and what I do is create a folder for each class or for each individual student that I've got. And I'm going to just log into one of my classes. So I'll just log into this one because I just recently made it. It's only got one activity. I'm just going to log in now. So just click on it. Now, here are all the activities that you can make. And when you set up an activity, you'll see when students have done the activity, and then you can click on their submissions and give them feedback. Now, obviously, some of these activities are automatically marked, so you don't need to do anything. So what we're going to do is going to start with my favorite activity, and I'll try to go through 3 or 4 just to see and show you the variety of activities that you can do. So let's do an audio recording. So I click here, I click on audio recording. I give it a title. Let's say, let's just keep it very simple, talking about your day. So I'm going to write talking about your day. Now, you've got some really interesting options here as the teacher. You can record an audio, you can add in a picture, you can share something with the students, or you can just write in some simple text. So I'm just going to write in some simple text about what I want the students to do. So I'm imagining that the students have done an online lesson with me, or a lesson in class, it doesn't matter, and this is going to be their homework. So I've written in a little bit of text that says, can you speak for 2 minutes about your typical day, talk about what you do from morning until evening, remember to use some of the ideas we talked about in our lesson today. I'm going to give them 2 minutes only. 2 minutes is quite a lot of time though. You'd be surprised. You really only need to set activities 2-3 minutes. I sometimes use this tool to practice my Polish, and my levels are around kind of B1 now, and 2 minutes is good amount of time to kind of work with the language. I'm not going to do anything about the transcript. I'm not going to do anything here. There's no score, and I'm going to simply click on save. So that easy. I could add more features, but I just want to show you how quick and easy this is to use. Click on save, and what happens is the assignment is now ready. And all I need to do is share this link with the students, and they then can do the recording. So let's join now as a student, imagining that the student's doing the homework, and look at what the student has to do. So all I need to do is click on this button here, show QR code and URL. And there it is. And I would either, if I was in class, I could share that with my students and then they could join and do the activity in class. But if I'm doing it for homework, what I can do is just copy this and then obviously share it in an email so the students can do it for homework. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually, with this link, I'm going to join as a student and show you what the student sees. So I'll join as a student. Paste in that link. Imagine that the teacher sent me this link, and it's actually going to bring me directly to the activity. And you'll notice that I just write my name in. There's no need for me to log in or anything. I just simply write my name and then write my email address here and then click on next. Now you can see the instructions, and I've got to click on this button here and just talk for a couple of minutes. Allow. Well, I normally get up around about 7:30, 7 o'clock, sometimes 8 o'clock. It just depends on what time I've gone to bed. First thing I do is always make a cup of coffee. And then normally I start to study Polish. And then after that, normally my daughter will get up and I'll spend around about an hour with her reading, playing games, and waiting really for my wife to get up and to get the breakfast prepared, blah, 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 blah. Done the recording. Am I happy? I can play it and listen, or I can record again, or if I'm happy, I submit. Now, I say yes. That now has been submitted to my teacher. Remember, the teacher is the only person that needs an account. This is one of the things I really like about this system. So you can see straight away how interesting it is from a teacher's point of view in terms of the type of activities that we can ask our students to do, speaking being one. Now, of course, there's loads of other things. Let's go back now, though, and look at how this is for the teacher, because the teacher now can obviously give feedback, and incidentally, if the students want to keep a record of their recording, they can download it as well. So I've logged back in as the teacher. Here I am. I'm back into that class. I can click here, and it doesn't really matter. I'll click on view list. So it's just click here. I can see that there's one student that's submitted. It says number 1. So I'm going to click here, view in list. Immediately I get the option to give feedback. I click here and I can listen. Well, I normally get up around about 7:30. Okay, so I can do that, and then what I can do is come down here. I can write my feedback. I can give my score, let's say I'm going to say 80%, and then I can send that to the student, okay? And if I click on the email, I just can email that feedback to the student. So if I click here, that student now has received the feedback. The student doesn't need to log in. You can listen and you can give feedback and you can give a score, and of course it actually keeps that score. This is such a great system, and it just means that you can do so much more with your students. Just a super quick break from the video to say, if you like what you're seeing and you want more free videos, come over to teachertrainingvideos.com. There's a whole menu system here at the top of the screen, but also you can scroll down on the opening page and see lots of videos. If you want to follow my work, then at the moment, if you sign up to the newsletter, there's a free 14-part video course in using technology in teaching and learning, and there are no tricks. It's completely free. And of course, the newsletter, I write that every week, and I share normally one new idea, one new technology, and update you on my blogs, on my webinars, and on my courses. Many of the webinars that we organize are free. Right, let's get back to the video. Notice you can have up to 500 submissions, so plenty. If I click on the home button here, now come back again, let's come back into that class. We've now got 2 activities in that class. So I just click back in that class. I just want to show you another activity, really quick one that I really like. So if we come over here to text gap fill, and I'm just going to click on this button here, and we're just going to call this Russell. Okay, and all I need to do in this particular one is input the text. And so to save time, I'm just going to grab some text from my website. So let's just jump over to my website and just grab some text here just to use this. So we'll grab this bit here, be enough. I'm going to copy that. Obviously, it can be any text that you want to work with. You paste that text in. You do have the option as well to have the text read out. So that's another option here, but I'm not going to do that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this button here. It's going to say OK, and then what it does is it grabs that text and it divides it up into small pieces, and then I can make the gaps. So to make the gaps is super quick. I just click on the words. I'm going to say subscribers, and then I'm going to say awards, and I'm going to say language, and I'm going to say education. I'll leave it like that. I'm just going to do 4 because I want this to be very quick. You can see how fast it is. I now click on save. That's simple. With again the same thing as before. We've got a link. So if we click here, we can copy the link. So I'm going to copy the link down. If I was a student now, I could actually join the activity using my QR code if we were going to do this in the classroom, but if we're going to do it for homework, share the link with the students. Let's join now as the student and see what the activity looks like. So just going to join the activity. Just going to go to this link. Notice the same thing as before. You've got to put in your name and your email address. There's no need to log into anything. So once you've done that, you come here, and then your job obviously is just to write the words in. So if I, let's put some of the words in, okay? And we'll put another one here. Okay, so hopefully I've got 1 wrong and 2 right. So click on submit, and notice I submit. Now obviously there's no need for the teacher to give feedback on this, so immediately we get the actually I forgot to fill in one of the words. So you see that you get immediate feedback on what you've done. This again, how easy it is to make the activity, how easy it is to get the students to do it, whether you do it in class or for homework. Really, really powerful system. Okay, I'm going to show you a third activity. I find this one really impressive. We're going to call this one text to test. And I'll choose some of the options when we do this one, so you just start to get a feel for how sophisticated this technology is. Now, incredibly, what this one's going to do is you paste in a text, and it will create a whole test around the text that you paste in. So you can get your text from anywhere. I'll do the same as I did before. I'll copy the text from my website, and I'm going to paste that in, but I'll show you a few options as well. So I'll just quickly grab this text from here. Sorry that I'm doing this, but it's obviously the easiest way. There's no issues with copyright when I'm doing a YouTube video. I'm just going to grab that text, copy it, going to come back to Zengengo. I'm just going to give this a title, so we'll call it Russell Bio. I'll just come down here. Notice I can add media. I'm not going to add media, but what I am going to do is I'm going to paste in my text here, and I am going to need this button here, which is to process the text. Okay, now I'm going to work with text and definitions. And I could, if I was, for example, in a monolingual class and say the students were Chinese or French or German, I could actually use one of these options. And in fact, if you look down, there are loads of languages, okay? I'm not going to do this. I'll do English to English. I need to process the text, and you'll see why in a minute, because now what it's going to do, it's going to create loads of activities based on that text. Now I'm going to have the voice selected as Ivy, so we are going to, this time the students will be able to read the text or listen to the text being read out, or of course they can read it before they do the activities. Now the actual website has already generated for me a whole load of activities, okay? For example, these are definitions. Now I'm just going to grab 3 or 4, otherwise the activity or the test will be too long. But of course you can select them all, or you can select many more. I'll just do 4. And then I'll come down to the second part and I'll do the same. I'm just going to grab, say, 2 sentences. You'll see in a minute why. Again, there's loads of activities for me to do here, and you'll see in a minute what actually happens. I'll leave all those as set, and all I need to do again is click on save. Remember, the students do not need to log in. They can either, if you're doing this in the class, access using the QR code, or simply share this link with the students, and they would then join through just clicking on the link and doing the activity. So I'm going to paste in the text, press enter, and the same thing as usual, got to put in my name and my email address. Again, I don't have to log in or anything like that. Now the first thing to notice this time is that the text is going to be read out. So I have the choice of either reading the text or simply clicking here and listening to the text. So straight away there's a difference in this particular activity because we chose voice. Now I just chose a random voice, but you can just choose from lots of voices when you select. So the students can listen to the text by clicking here.
Russell Stannard is a multi-award winner.
And then of course they can afterwards carry on, move on to next. And this is really nice. First of all, you get a chance to read the text and roll over and just make sure that you understand these keywords, which are the ones that you're going to be tested for. And then you're given a series of activities, okay? So you would then click on the word that is linked to that. So remember, in this activity, if you remember, we only selected 4 different words, so I just quickly go through them. It doesn't really matter if I get the answers wrong or right. The idea is that you see that, and then now it will move on to this second one where we've got to put this back in. So this would be Russell Stannard is a multi-award winning educator and founder of, and then click on next, and then the next one would be the same. He has more than 75 on his YouTube channel. Okay, so it's like a kind of, now we submit the assignment, and of course again the great thing is we're going to get feedback on this instantly. What I love is teacher obviously gets all this information. Only the teacher needs to log in and have an account. The students are simply just sharing links. I'm very impressed with this platform. I always have been. It was built by teachers. That's why I think it's so good. There's been a lot of thought put into it. What is really nice as well is that it just gets our students speaking. It focuses a lot on that. So there are audio and video speaking and activities, speaking drills, but there's also a number of written activities as well. There's lots of variety, and it works in multiple languages. Well worth testing, and of course you can try it out for free for a month anyway. Okay, I really hope you liked that video, and if you did, please come over to teachertrainingvideos.com. There's loads more free videos. There's a menu system here at the top, but also if you scroll down, you'll see lots of free content on the opening page. You can also find out about my courses, and you can also sign up to the newsletter. If you sign up to the newsletter, there is a free 14-part course in how to use technology in teaching and learning. There are no tricks. I share with you one video every 4 to 5 days looking at different topics, and those videos are normally about 10 to 15 minutes long, and you'll also get the weekly updates of any new videos that I produce, as well as any free webinars that we're running, any new courses we're running, etc. Finally, if you do want to contact me about doing some training with you as an individual, or an organisation, then please, you can contact me from the website. I'm going to leave some more videos on the screen now of some interesting topics that I think you might find worth watching.